Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Woo Woo Wednesday. I'm your host, your Astro Unk, Dooley, and we're here for some tarot card readings, some Astro guided tarot card readings for our new moon in Taurus. And who better to give y'all some love than y'all's favorite Taurus? Y'all know my tea. Taurus Sun, Taurus Mercury, Taurus Jupiter. Just celebrated my birthday. Like y'all know what it is. We're gonna go ahead and get started because we have a lot to talk about. Taurus season has been a hoot. By the time you watch this, we will be on our last day of Taurus. So let's go up, let's celebrate, and let's talk Astro and Tarot. As you know, here at Dollar Sign Julie Does It, we give moisturized readings. I'm not here to flap my gums. I'm not here to gas you up. I'm here to give you a little joy, give you a little direction, help build you up, a little guidance. And so we do that by leading into our Astro correspondences. We get into the craft here, okay? And if you need a 90-second spiel, this might not be the challenge the channel for you, and that is okay. But before we get into the interpretations in the card pool, let's take a moment to stop. Let's consider, what do we know about Taurus? We know it's an Earth sign. It represents the dates April 20th to May 20th. So we are coming, closer to our final days under Taurus season. Happy birthday, Taurus. We know Taurus is the second sign in the zodiac wheel. It represents the second house. What do we know about second house? Second house represents self-worth. How do you feel about yourself? Resources. I also apply it to imagination, your ability to conceptualize, to dream. What motivates you? What drives you? Think of that more like intellectually, more psychologically. The Hierophant in the tarot deck is associated with Taurus. What do we know about the Hierophant? Well, it's the natural conflict between tradition, trying to understand, uphold, further, that which we have already established, and rebelliousness. Do we continue in the direction that we are going, or do we rebel and try something new? Have you ever seen a pissed off bull in a china shop tearing up everything and anything in its sight? It's the natural conflict between the two. It's also a conflict between the zeitgeist, the collective, the goals, dreams, aspirations, desires, and actions of the collective, versus you, your own subjective goals, dreams, aspirations, and values. And so, what happens when your values align with the zeitgeist and the collective? We got some flow. Or what happens if they are not in alignment? I want you all to keep these major themes, in your mind. I also want y'all to take a look at where Taurus falls in your own charts. I want y'all to give a little extra love and a little extra attention there, seeing as we are reading for the new moon in Taurus. As I was thinking about how to frame and contextualize, the readings for today, I stumbled upon this music video.
But I'm whipping them. This is America. Don't got you slipping them.
And it sent me down a whole tube of thought. And so, before we once again get into our tarot card readings, we're going to be doing three rider deck cards and one ascendant master as we normally do. We're going to keep that up. I want you to ponder this. This is what came up for me.
Maya Angelou once said, "When they show you who they are, believe them the first time." And as I reflect, I realize that as much as the world changes, it stays the same. The astrology is loud, and it's only going to get louder. But fortunately, to our advantage, we've seen this moment in history play out before. There's no need to hypothesize, there's no need for guesstimations when they've been doing this same shit for the entirety of my lifetime, my parents' lifetime, my grand's, so on and so forth. The world is changing. Life is in agreement to change or be changed, and a whole lot of folks are afraid to do so. So they stall, they cling to the past and its illusions to everyone's detriment. And honestly, that sucks. I think as a collective, we've forgotten that this is a group assignment, and it pisses me off. that all of us are forced to play at the lowest common denominator and roll around in the dirt because a few folks with entirely too much power and influence refuse to elevate. But it also occurs to me that organisms fight to live, so we have to assume that the system is going to continue to emphasize these stupid ass ideas and these stupid ass rules to stave against its own death. So, what do? I think the best advice comes from Darwin. We adapt. We rely on each other. We hold each other accountable and find new ways to engage. If you really think about it, at every turn of history, community, collaboration, and planting seeds for the future were pivotal to counterculture and resistance. I think now more than ever do we need each other. We're supposed to be taking care of each other. It's always supposed to have been that way. And I think that's why they are making it more difficult to discern what's real versus what's not. But also consider it's easier to find things that separate you from your neighbor. Consider that you are more than the fruit salad of characteristics that you were born with. You're here to have an experience. So instead of focusing on what you don't want, how can we find ways to support what you do want? Are there any actions, relationships, ideas, anything that could help move things forward? Specifically, new rivers and lakes, unusual takes or combinations that you could experiment with? I'm reminded of social movements, particularly those rooted in black liberation, and it's evident that the success of such movements have been largely hinged upon our ability to adapt, to observe, to utilize our social location to our advantage, to be resilient and resourceful, and to create ways to ensure our communities thrive. Lisa Left Eye Lopez, who just happened to die on my birthday, is ever present in my life, and I can't help but think of a line she drops in Waterfalls. I say the system got you victim to your own mind. Dreams are hopeless aspirations in hopes of coming true. Believing yourself, the rest is up to me and you. No one is coming to save us, and sometimes growth is uncomfortable. Sometimes life is conspiring to give us exactly what we want, but we're so afraid of losing, whatever the hell that means, that we do not create space for us to win. So consider, what seeds can we plant today that'll support us tomorrow? What conversations need to be had that we've prolonged way too long? Where in your life do we need to express more patience, more restraint, more commitment, more tenacity, more attention? And where do we need to tear the motherfucking shit up? Where can we clean out our closets to make room for what's new?
All right. Now, let's go ahead and get into our card pools. Remember, here, Dooley Dollar Sign, you can apply this to your sun, moon, Mars, rising, Venus. Once again, sun, moon, Mars, rising, and Venus. And asterisk one more time. I want y'all to give some extra love for where y'all see Taurus in your chart because that is the Beyonce of today's reading, okay? All right, if you are here, you are listening for your Taurus, Sun, Moon, Mars, Rising, and Venus. Let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and get us some cards. Let's go ahead and see. I'm very excited to read for you, Taurus. I feel supercharged after my short rest. I've had really good energy, and I'm really hoping that I can share that with you. Taurus, we got Page of Pentacles here, right dead in the center, and I believe that this represents you. Over the last year, we have been talking about the softening. Tauruses have been called to do shadow work, and so as a collective, the Tauruses have been cutting away, questioning, looking at things from different perspectives, trying to understand how they tick, what has guided their lives up to this point, and trying to figure out what they are going to keep and what they are going to remove. That's been the narrative that we've been talking about since I guess last May, huh? On Taurus, if we go back and check those videos. I'm wondering if You are questioning. You are questioning your choices. I feel like we always do this. You know, Taurus, we're really ambitious. We generally understand what it is that we want, and we are willing to put the pedal to the metal and to go out and get it. But I feel like there's always a point in the middle when you're like, damn, did I bite off more than I can chew? Do I really want to do this? I'm kind of tired. This is hard work. And so I think that's why we have Justice in reverse here and the Page of Cups in reverse. I'm wondering if your routines are upside down, but I think that's okay. That's where you're supposed to be, Taurus, and I feel like I'm supposed to encourage you to continue to keep going. I can think of several times, as I said in the narration back there, where it felt like the growth was uncomfortable. I was like, I feel like I'm winning, but what is all of this mess? And I just had to surrender. Taurus, I know newness can be scary for you, but I want to remind you, everything that is in your toolbox today, all of your routines, all of the things that you just hold and cling on to, or at one point, new choices that you made, right? And so I really want to encourage you to continue to be persistent. We're going to get into loot in just a second. Sometimes growth is uncomfortable, Taurus. And as much as I know that you want to, go take a break, as much as you want to go sit in the sun, as much as you want a little snack, now is not the time for that. Now is the time for tenacity. Now is the time for you to surrender to the experience that you signed up for. And so this combination of cards to me gives questioning. Don't question, Taurus. You are on the right track. I feel like I'm supposed to encourage you to continue to move forward and to continue whatever it is that you decided to change up, in spite of the fact that you might be tired, in spite of the fact that things look unfamiliar, in spite that your routine might be fucked up. Continue doing what you're doing. Over the last year, we have been investigating almost everything. I feel like Taurus, and to a better extent, Scorpio, your sister sign, has been called to transform, and so you have been taking stock. Now is not the time to slow down, Taurus. Now is the time to speed up and to double down on the commitments that you've made over these last several months. Okay. Trust that the direction that you are going in is the direction that you need to be going in. Trust that you can do exactly what it is that you set out to do. It's your birthday. I'm going to go ahead and give you another card. A Knight of Cups. I really want to do a video about this, but I keep coming up to this idea about Saturn and Aries. And like, once again, I'm a Taurus Sun, I'm a Taurus Mercury, and I'm a Taurus Jupiter. And I've been having this inclination, like I feel like I'm being rushed. I feel like I don't have time to do all the things that I need to do, and I have to constantly remind myself that I have time and space to do all the things that I can do. I can have what it is that I want. I still got to do the work, and I got to slow down. You can't do it all at once. So, baby, like, slow down, surrender to the experience. Whatever this big thing that you are trying to live, break it down into smaller parts. If you need to take a break, baby, take a 5, take a 10. That's it. Do not set down whatever it is that you decided to pick up. I want to remind all of my Taurus friends that it takes about 10 days. 10 days of consistency to start a new habit. So, baby, like, if you want to lose some pounds, 10 days at the gym, get 10 consistent days of course you have to schedule your rest days, for the gym. You don't want to, burn out. But like 3 days rest, 3 days rest, 3 days rest. Like, get into the rigmarole, get into the consistency, get into that mechanical action. I promise you it makes all the difference. My procrastination kicks in when I start thinking about all the work that I gotta do. I'm like, dang, I gotta do that, and I gotta do that, and I gotta do that. Okay, I'm gonna get to it eventually. I now have started to do this thing where it's like, if I think about it, I'm gonna just get up and do it. Because if I sit on it too long, it's not going to get done. I say all of that to just encourage you to be open to refining your routine and being open to experiencing the discomfort that you have to experience to start something new. I also feel like I'm supposed to encourage you to I'm supposed to remind you that whenever you start something new, you will suck at it. You have to give yourself permission to suck for however long that you need to suck. And one day you'll look back and be like, oh, I kind of ate this up. This over here, not so much. Give yourself some room, okay, Taurus? All right. Persistence. Through persistent action and positive thinking, your dreams are manifesting into form. This is a time for you to stay persistent. Give any discouragement to Lou and the angels, who will buoy your faith and give you signs of your progress. You're almost there, so keep going. It may help to break large projects into smaller steps. Did I not just say that? it may not. It may help to break large projects into smaller steps so that you feel the thrill of accomplishment with each step that you take. Persistent pays off. Stick with it. Additional meanings for this card: overcome procrastination tendencies and take action today. Stick to your priorities and promises. Chip away at your dreams and desires with daily action. Stay positive and visualize your dreams as already manifested. That's crazy. I promise y'all I sit down and memorize that. I was just like, this gives, hesitance. Taurus, you got this. I don't think y'all. So right now, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, y'all are important to the tapestry, and everybody will take turns over this next like 5 years, kind of leading the pack. Because remember, Pluto is in Aquarius, and so all those signs are getting some. All of the fixed signs are getting a little extra, a little extra energy. As we have talked about over the last several months, I think everyone is being a little neurotic. That Plutonian in Aquarius energy has everybody succumbing to their mind goblins. We are over analyzing, we are overthinking. I think we are over imbibing with technology. I think we are being impacted by the algorithms. Girl, fuck that. Go put that in a corner somewhere, okay? What about you? How do you define you? What do you want? Where do you want to go? And what action steps can we take? Well, how can we order our steps? How can we apply a new mindset, a new routine to help get to where we need to go? You got this. You are on the precipice of something great. I know you want to slow down. Now is not the time, sister. This is the marathon, baby. 26 miles. It's 26 miles, right, baby? You are on mile 13. We need you to keep going, to not slow down. I need you to dedicate yourself to whatever it is that you are picking up, baby. It's the mind. You master the mind, you can control the body. It's your time to shine. Sometimes you get real tight because you feel like people are not watching, they're not noticing your greatness. But the spotlight is on you, sister. And so, what are you gonna do now that you have everyone's attention? Do. I don't want you to look back, Taurus, in 2030, looking back, talking about you shoulda, coulda, woulda. You have the opportunity. You have time and space to do everything that you want to do, despite what the energy says, despite the mind goblins, despite the trepidation, despite the question. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So now it's time for you to put the pedal to the metal. It's time for you to surrender to the experience. It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be tired. How does that inform what you do next? Okay, Taurus, get up. Keep it pushing. I hope this makes sense for you, Taurus. I feel very good about that. Like, don't be alarmed by the fact that the cards are upside down. I think that life is giving you the little incline on the run, and you're like, damn, did I sign up for this? Why I sign up for this, girl? I'm tired. That's all right. That incline is gonna make you better. When the incline go back down and that resistance decrease, you could be like, dang, I'm flying. Oh, I made it that. You sure did. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. I'm gonna shut up and go to the next sign. But y'all know what I'm trying to convey, Taurus. Keep it pushing. You got this. All right, Gemini, 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 Gemini. Let's see what we got for you today. Oh, all right, Gemini. Oh, all right, Gemini. Oh, all right, Gemini. My G. Baby, Geminis are fighting for their lives. That makes sense, though. Y'all got a lot of energy in your direction. All right, Gemini, Gemini. We got Queen of Wands in reverse. We got Seven of Swords in reverse. And we got five of Swords in reverse. Geminis, I need y'all to sign off in the comments. What in the hell is going on? Why y'all got all the conflict cards? Like, what is going on? Gemini, I feel like whenever we come together, as your Taurus brethren, I'm always questioning, like, are you okay, sister? You all right? Like, what's up? What's up? So, like, first we got Queen of Wands in reverse. Um, this gives to me. So let's slow. Let me slow down, girl. I feel like I'm overwhelmed. All right, Dooley, let's break this down. What do you know? What do you know? All right, Gemini. It's go time. It's go time. We've been doing this dance for quite a bit of time. I feel like whenever we sit down, there's always so much energy coming to Gemini. Like, there's always a level of chaos, right? So we got Queen of Wands here, beset Seven of Swords and Five of Swords. We have two huge conflict cards here. So this lets me know that the things are kind of crazy around you. Five of Swords in reverse represents conflict, competition, deception. Seven of Swords, theft, deception, misrepresentation. Things are not as they seem. What I cannot tell here is if you are the person who is doing the deceiving. Like, are you coming off disingenuous? Are you coming off inconsistent? Or have you made an agreement? Have you signed up for something and have found that all the details were not disclosed? You know your situation better than me. Obviously, I'm trying to read for the collective, and I'm kind of getting two separate energies here. But what I can say with 100% accuracy is that in this situation, y'all are giving y'all power and your ability to create change and to make choice to somebody else. You are not in alignment with your own goals, dreams, and aspirations, and your intuition is not being used in the way that it needs to be used. Okay, we are moving into Gemini season. We have chaotic energy moving into Gemini season, but it's not all bad. This week we have a Kazemi. A Kazemi is when the sun is conjunct two or more planets, excuse me, in a sign. And so we are moving towards a Sun, Mercury, and Uranus Kazemi. So I'm expecting a pulse of energy when it comes to ingenuity, ideas, intrigue, communication, inspiration. Uranus is wow, eureka energy. Like you never. There's always some chaotic shit when it comes to Uranus. You never know if you're going up or down. Um, so you probably feel like you need to make some changes and you need to exert some energy. I need you to be more vocal and more obvious about what it is that you want to do, Gemini, and I need you to commit to that for the long haul. Whatever agreement that you have here, whatever arrangement that you have here is not working, and we gotta come up with some action steps to get you to where you need to go. Over the last several months, even we've come back to this questioning, this wanderlust, where I feel like Gemini and to a larger degree Sagittarius have been spinning their wheels, spinning, trying to figure out what they're gonna do next. I'm gonna turn another card for clarification because I must know. Temperance, sister. Temperance. Life is trying to balance you out, and I feel like you are fighting the balance. You are fighting the balance, Gemini, one way or another. So remember, Temperance is the 14th card. It comes after death. So death sweeps up and removes all the stuff that we don't need to make way for what we ask for. It's the new growth. It's spring. But with all of these upside down cards, like you're blocking your blessings, girl. You're blocking your blessings, and I think you're blocking your blessings. Maybe overthinking. I said this in the Taurus reading. We still got Pluto in Aquarius, and I feel like a major theme for everybody's readings for the last several months have been mind goblins, and so people overthinking, people doing too much, people counting themselves out. It's like that's just noise. Like you have time, energy, and space to do whatever it is that you want. If you could just calm down and focus your energy on one thing at a time, Gemini. Let's read for Saint Germain. Your magic. You have the power to resolve the situation you're inquiring about. This card signifies your untapped magical abilities, which you've used successfully in the past. Pull these abilities out of storage and use them to work your magic now. Your clear and focused intentions, positive expectations, prayers, decrees, and action steps all create the healings and manifestations you desire. Decide clearly what you will and will not accept in this situation, as your clarity will bring immediate results. Have steady faith in a positive outcome and study manifestation principles. I really like this idea of clarity, right? I feel the Geminian collective will frequently know that they want to do something, and they will choose to act before sitting down and outlining the details. Gemini, your mind moves a mile a minute. It is very important for you to gain clarity and to truly understand where you want to shoot the gun before you pick it up and pull the trigger. That's what I'm getting here. And I'm wondering if that tendency is truly the core of all of this conflict. And I think now is a great time for you to sit down and gain clarity, right? So I talked about this Kazemi. You got the Sun, you got the Mercury, you got the Uranus all coming into your sign. So if you are not clear and or need to clarify, I think you need some stability. I think you need some consistency. I think you need some clarity. And I think you would need to be very, very honest about what it is that you really want or where you stand upon this issue. I'm also wondering if perhaps you keep approaching whatever this assignment is with mental energy and it needs heart energy. I think you keep trying to lean into I think, and it's time for you to lean into I feel. How does what you feel impact what you think about the situation and vice versa? And how can you use what you learn from that comparative analysis to order your next steps? Okay. Um, where can you adjust your patterns, your choices, your routines, your outlook, so on and so forth to propel you in the direction that you actually want to go? Life is trying to give you what you want, Gemini, and until you can learn to defeat the mind goblins, to conquer your mind, to create stillness, baby, you're gonna continue to spin in circles, okay? Slow down, focus on your mindfulness, get into your meditation, get into your emotional health, get into your spiritual health, and I think that will guide you. Temperance is also a spiritual card. It's telling me that you need to get back into alignment with the divine feminine. This is intuition, okay? Intuition, but you're not known for intuition. You're not known for heart. You're known for mind. You're known for ingenuity. You're known for communication. And so I think life is trying to get you to go down a different avenue. You think differently, you act differently. You act differently, you create a different reality. Okay? So go ahead and make a different choice, Gemini. You got this. All right, Team Cancer. Team Cancer. Let's see what we got for you. All right, Team Cancer. We got King of Cups. We got Hero Fan, and we got Page of Wands. Once again, once again, Team Cancer, I'm not surprised. Y'all have gotten nothing but good energy and good cards the entire time that we have been together. I largely contribute that to Jupiter being in Cancer. It is in your sign up until later this summer, late summer, early fall, when it moves from Cancer to Leo. Honestly, y'all have eaten this up. Y'all have been eating all year. So shout out to y'all. As I talked about at the beginning of this reading, we got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is associated with Taurus, which is crazy. Y'all saw I shuffled that deck. I did not, baby. She came out on her own. The Hierophant represent a clash of wills, classic conflict between tradition, continuing to prop up what already exists, versus being rebellious and starting something new. It's weighing the conflict between your personal goals, dreams, aspirations, ideals, and values, versus that which the collective, the zeitgeist would say is important. So when I say zeitgeist, think about the collective vibe, the way things are being talked about, the way that things are being framed, the words that are people using, the way that people dress, culture, movie, music, like how all of that fits together versus how you individually feel and engage and make meaning of those same things. So we have that death square in the middle. I think Cancerians have been reveling in their personal power, their ability to create change, and to make the world what they want it to be. Y'all have been having fun. Y'all have been transforming. Y'all have been creating. Y'all just been outside doing and having a whole bunch of fun while y'all are doing it. That's what y'all supposed to do when Jupiter's in your sign, girl. Take all the luck, all the expansiveness, all the jollity, and just run with it. King of Cups and Hierophant are both cards of power, cards of control, understanding your understanding your emotion, understanding your spirit, and learning how to challenge that into learning how to channel that in everything that you do. The Hierophant, understanding how to wield your power, how to wield your influence. It behooves me under this lunation. Remember, we're here to talk about new moon in Taurus, and Taurus represents the throat chakra. I feel I would be remiss if I didn't identify the fact that Cancerians, y'all have been refining your voice. For those who may not have been able to hear their voice, you have found it, and you are understanding the ways in which you can impact others and or create the life that you want by actually speaking up and speaking truth to power. I like this page of wands card here for you as well. This is you exploring new rivers and new lakes, new inspiration, new opportunity, and really giving it that good old college try. One thing that I will always appreciate about my Cancerian brothers and sisters is y'all willingness to go the mile and to do things for the plot. And I'm thinking that as you all have continued to do things for the plot, you may have found out that you have some gifts and some interests that you did not know that you had previously. I want to encourage you to continue to keep soaring, Cancer. I wish that I had more to share with y'all. We've got nothing but good cards for you and your sign the entire time that we've been together, Cancer. It's all your cards have been. I'm identifying my master plan. I'm investing in my master plan. My master plan is coming to fruition. I'm growing. I'm learning. I'm having fun. I'm traveling. Y'all have had a great year. Y'all have had a great year. So whatever projects and ideas, whatever y'all have been working on, keep on keeping on. The energy is in your court up until July. I believe in July we move from Jupiter in Cancer to Jupiter in Leo. Trust. You can trust the situation you're inquiring about. The solid foundation of your situation gives it a trustworthy basis. Keep purifying your motivations so that they're completely about love and service to elevate the energy and experiences even further. The person you're acquiring about is trustworthy. Trust that your prayers are being answered even if you don't have the evidence you are on the right path, and trust your gut feeling about the situation. Cancer. Cancer, I don't have anything else to say. Y'all got good energy. Whatever projects, whatever plans, go ahead. It's giving. Now is the time. All cylinders are go. And it's been this way for quite some time. Cancer, if things are not looking well for you right now, it's you. It's you. It's something in the cocktail. It's something that you're either not giving your attention to, or maybe you don't feel uh that you don't feel worthy to or worthy of. Because like there's no reason why you as a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Mars, Rising, and Venus are not experiencing abundance. I don't know what to say. Y'all got it going on right now, and a lot of the energy is gonna move over into the Aquarius Leo sector in a couple of months. So go ahead and wrap up your big one, do your victory lap, and just be prepared later this year to decelerate. I don't want y'all to crash. So right now, get your self-care, focus on your self-care, focus on your vision and execution. That's what I got for you, Cancer, because y'all are doing great. All right, Big Leo. Let's see what we got for you. I'm excited. Let's see. because your season is on the horizon and y'all got big energy coming later this year. So what should y'all be doing now? Baby, boom, Amaterasu. She said, come out the closet. Let's see what our writer deck says. Let's see. I feel like this card is about to pop out. So we're going to go ahead and set her aside. The moon. We're going to go ahead and set her aside because she wants to be seen. So we're going to go ahead and put her over here. All right, Leo. What does our tarot say to you? All right, Leo. Big Leo. I love this. First of all, I want to comment around like the way that this looks, right? We got three of rods in the middle. This represents once again questioning. Are we gonna hold on to what we currently have? Or are we going to venture out and create something new? We got Judgment on the left, the Fool on the right, and then Moon jumped out of it. I pulled it out just because I felt like it was supposed to apply. What I find interesting is that all of these cards are connected and they tell a fun little story, okay? It's almost a little too perfect because y'all are next on deck. In the coming months, we will have Jupiter moving into Leo. North Node will move into Aquarius, which means South Node will move into Leo as well. So you got another scoop there. As I have alluded to over the last several months, we are moving into a fire trine. So the second half of this year, everything will be in fire. Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. Right now, Saturn is in Aries, and so our planets are going to slowly move around that wheel. And we know that Pluto is currently in Aquarius as well. Judgment represents the ending of a cycle. Y'all are being called to the carpet to revel in everything that has changed in your lives. And now is your time to be vocal about the experiences that you have had. It is time for you to be seen and to share your story with others. You've gone through it, and now it's time for you to tell us about it. What did you learn? What did you see? Who was there? Why should we listen to you? How can you help us? How can you guide us? You've done a lot of hard work over the last several years, Leo. And I feel like I just have to clap. I feel like I have to clap. But with all completions, it's the start of a new cycle. We have the Fool here, which is this is the hero. This is the beginning of a new journey. We also have the moon here. The moon grounds the entire reading here. The moon represents hidden spiritual meaning, hidden emotional meaning, hidden emotional desires. It represents intuition. Ultimately, you have a choice to make, Leo. It's giving choice. As you prepare to take the stage later this year, now is a fantastic time. But before it's your turn to be on stage, we need to be clear about what grounds your performance. When it's time for you to take the microphone, what are you going to say and why are you going to say it? Let's bring some clarity. Let's bring some groundedness. And let's make sure people can understand what the hell we are talking about while we have their attention. The Fool, main character. It's giving main character energy in the best ways. What resources, ideas, and experiences from the journey that you just completed can you bring forth to help you in the next journey? Where do you want to go? Maybe last season you did the water level, and in this next season you're going to do the fire level. It's time for you to decide what you're going to explore next and what tools you're going to bring to help you meet your chief aims and to help um, make your next experience that much more rich. We got three of rods. You will not be able to take everything. You will not be able to bring everything with you. You have to make a choice. Are you going to continue to do and latch on to what you have now? Do you stay within your current circumstances? Or do you go somewhere else? Who do you take? Baby, like it's a whole new story. It's a new page, Leo, and you get to figure out the setting, the people that you bring, the point of view. You get to figure out, well, what's the tone, how you want to talk about it. Like, it's a rebirth. It like rebirth to the grandest extent. And that makes sense with the astrology. Remember, Pluto is in Aquarius. Pluto transforms everything that it touches, and it's sitting in opposition to your sign. So you are getting the pressure, you are getting the calling. You haven't like you don't have a choice but to transform. Like that's just what the astrology is. But you do get to focus the camera and the lens wherever you want it. And I feel like now you're having to make some agreements about what that is. As I said, we got judgment here. This is the closing of an emotional cycle. Dot your I's, cross your T's, do some reflection, and allow for that reflection to help you steer the boat for where you want to go next. This is really good stuff, Leo, and I am so excited for you. You've had a lot of good energy. Like now is your time. Now all last year I was like, okay, Leo, not yet. Okay, Leo, not yet. Okay, Leo, not yet. It's May. Your time is on the horizon. Gemini is up next, and who's after Gemini? Exactly. Leo, you are on in 2 minutes. It's time. The show should have been planned already, and now you should be in rehearsals. But this is just a reminder. Get to your mindfulness. Let's talk about Amaterasu and let's read for her now. Come out the closet. It's time for you to make your real feelings and beliefs known. This card asks you to reveal who you really are to yourself and others. This may involve having a heart to heart discussion with a loved one or allowing other people to see your true nature. You will be spiritually supported in this process, and the Ascended Masters will help you to be lovingly honest. As a result of coming out the closet, your relationships will deepen because you'll know that you're loved for who you really are. Let go of judgments about yourself and others. Speak your truth with love. Allow others to get to know the real you. Trust that your authentic self is lovable and likable, and the more authentic that you are, the higher the energy and success of all your projects. Leo, I don't have a bad thing to say. Remember, this is our new moon and Taurus readings. And as I called out at the beginning, Taurus represents the second house. That's self worth, that's resources. And Taurus is also associated with your throat chakra. And so now it's time to speak truth to power. Be honest about what you want and go get it. For the last year or so, in my Cancer readings, it's been nothing but good luck, Cancer. Shout out to Cancer. You got the energy, Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer. And soon that's going to be you, Leo. Jupiter in Leo. Go ahead, Leo. Leo, you should do this. Leo, get that. So just make sure that you take your time and you figure out what it is that you want. Get clarity on that topic. And then 10 out of 10, Leo, just haul it. Haul it. Be vulnerable. Let people see you. And now is your time. Be communicative. Be over communicative. Connect with your loved ones. Who do you want in your camp? Where do you want to be? Leo, these are all the things that you should be pondering right now. So that when it's go time in the next month or so, you are ready. All right? That's what I got for you, Leo. Peace. Hey, bestie. Virgo. You didn't think that I was going to leave y'all hanging, did you? All right, Virgo. Let's see what our tarot has to say to you. All right, Virgoans. Y'all my besties. Y'all know I'll be doing the tea when it comes to y'all. I just kind of feel this. All right. This is you. Seven of Swords in reverse. I do not think this is a bad thing. Virgoans, I feel like you have finally been able to actualize your master plan. Over the last year or so, we've been talking about you transforming, particularly because we have North Node in Pisces and South Node in Virgo. And so you have been forced to reckon with a lot, to consider a lot, to ponder a lot of feelings. There have been a lot of feelings for Virgo as their entire uh, existence has just been called to question, right? For a while, things were a bit off kilter as you had to sift through those feelings and question. And I feel like you have finally figured out how to execute your master plan, and you are on the right path. Now, people, I'm assuming based upon this Seven of Swords right now that has caused a little kerfluffle, a little conflict as you have figured out how to protect your peace. You have figured out what your plan is. Baby, it's 10 out of 10. Put the pedal to the metal and keep it pushing. I don't care who you piss off, Virgo. It has taken you time to get where you need to be. You are there and keep it pushing. This lets me know that whatever you are doing, we pulled the lovers here. Whatever you are doing out of legacy, out of self love, out of self worth for yourself. The projects that you are doing are passion projects and they are filling up your cup. Based upon the way that the cards are laid out, I think you have had to reappropriate your time and attention in ways that are unpopular for other people, but you have also realized that you have been called to do something that people don't understand or may not agree with, and that is theirs to bear. That complaint is a burden of their own for them, not for you. I do not get bad vibes from this. I am very curious. I'm going to turn an additional card for you because y'all are my besties and y'all deserve. We pulled the moon. Yeah, y'all are. Y'all have found your emotional footing. This year has really called for Virgoans to go deep and to truly gain a different perspective when it comes to their own emotionality. You know, Virgos, we have talked about you and your master plan and how it's now your time to be on stage to a certain degree. Like the girls want to know, what have you been doing to get where you are going? People have been curious about your master plan for a while, and I think that you are now at a place to where you can vocalize and share that with others. I think I think you are following your intuition, and through proxy of following your intuition, it may not be immediately obvious to others as to why you are doing things. I encourage you to be vocal. Remember, new moon in Taurus, second house, throat chakra. Go ahead and do what you're going to do, Virgo. I want you to be extra communicative about what it is that you are doing. I want you to be over communicative with your loved ones and to explain to them, what's going on. And I think that could perhaps help minimize some of the um, some of the conflict that you've had to encounter during this adjustment. Let's read from Paul the Venetian. Artistic expression. This card signals that your artistic talents are in need of creative expansion. You have hidden talents that lie dormant. This trapped energy can make you feel tired, restless, and anxious, and can lead to addictions if the energy is not expressed. I think that is hilarious because we know that Virgo represents what? Neuroses. Even if your artistic abilities feel unpolished, they need an outlet. Make the time today to draw, paint, sing, play, music, write, take photographs, make jewelry, sew, dance, or do something artistic and creative. You may find the key to your life's purpose and ideal career through this process. Take a class to learn a new artistic skill. One of your loved ones is an artist. Express your true feelings. Your life's purpose involves an artistic endeavor such as writing or playing music. I think you know exactly what you need to do, Virgo. I think perhaps you might be maybe a little uncomfortable because you may not be able to do the things that you have normally done or show up in the ways that you normally have. But that's okay because you've had to go through this year with the assignment of reinventing yourself and being acquainted with yourself in new ways and really getting deep, really getting into the shadow work, really getting into the mental health, understanding how you tick, why you're doing things. Uh, that South Node energy really has taken you to task. There's just been a lot of faded events around how you exist. And so, through proxy of having that experience, you know exactly what you need to do and where you need to go. And so, baby, continue. Continue down this path. I love this for you. I really love this for you, Virgo. It's time for you to take the spotlight though. You can no longer be quiet around what your gifts are. It's time for you to launch that initiative, launch that plan, and get out there. This is really good energy for you. Don't let the haters don't let the haters make you reconsider. Don't let the people who don't understand create an impasse. Do you, sister? do you. You're doing this out of self-care for you. This is self-worth. This is legacy. This is what you're doing now is for you. And when you approach things earnestly, honestly, and out of self-love for yourself, who can deny that? Who can say no to that? Keep doing what you're doing, Virgo. You got this. Libra. Hello, Libra. Sun, Moon, Mars, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what our tarot has to say for you today. I'm very curious. And some finicky energy, and I'm here to see where you lie today. Let's see what's going on, Libra. Queen of Wands, the Fool, Justice. Okay, girl, thank God. Libra, I'm not even gonna hold you. I was a little worried. I was a little worried. We actually pulled the Justice card, which is represented by Libra. I think you have finally hit your stride, Libra. And I am so happy for you because it has been a little tough for you, and that is okay. Let's see what Ascendant Master we got. Pan. All right, Libra. I know what this means. This is fun. I am so happy. I am so happy for you, Libra. This is a breath of fresh air. Okay. So first of all, we got the Fool in the middle position. This represents you. You have finally closed that cycle of mess that is behind us, okay? Since we had the nodes in Aries and Libra, y'all, there has just been an air of destabilization for Libra. Y'all have gone through a lot, and I think we have finally made it through that. This is the closing of one cycle and the starting of something new. Okay, Libra. We are talking about new moon in Taurus. Remember, Taurus represents second house. That's self-worth. That's resources. That's self-esteem. Okay? This is finances. This is possession. I'm sorry, your possessions. There is new energy in your area, girl. Okay? I need y'all to not do that Libra thing where y'all question and y'all pick at stuff. Whatever it is that you want to do, go ahead and do that, Libra. Don't waver. Do not waft. Yes, be clear. Yes, be sure. Do not procrastinate. Whatever new ideas, whatever new ingenuity, whatever new inspiration that you have, that's what I want you to follow. Okay, it's go back and listen to some of the messages. Remember, out with the old, in with the new. If you had the audacity, what the fuck would you do? That was from a couple months ago. It just came up for me again because I think that this is what this is now. Okay, we're talking about your self-worth and your resources, and you have an opportunity to rebrand, to reframe, and to really go where you want, Libra. Get what you want. Ask for what you want. We're not playing small. We're playing to win. I mean, it's only your life, Libra. Ask for what you want, get what you want. Libra, you know where you don't want to go. You know what you don't want to experience. That's where we came out of, right? So let's be mindful and let's be intentional about where we are putting our time, our attention, and our focus moving forward. Okay, Libra? When your scales are broken, when you're unable to figure out where your North Star is, things get crazy. When you don't have clarity, things get crazy. This is gonna sound weird, but it makes sense in my head. I think about Librans as like air Pisces. Like y'all are real sensitive to y'all's environment. Y'all are real sensitive to y'all's diet. And so I always say this to you, Libra, but it's very, very important for you to make sure that you have people in your corner that lift you up, that are telling you the truth, that can help you make decisions, that can help hold you accountable. Who in your life can do that for you? Identify those people and keep them around. We want to do whatever we can to make sure that those scales stay balanced and that you can ride out this really, really good energy until it ain't no more. Now, I do want to acknowledge that Aries is in Saturn. Saturn in Aries is in opposition to all that you do. That is not a bad thing. What it will require you to do is be consistent. What it will require you to do is to be daring. What it will require you to do is to step on faith. Saturn in Aries is always pick something difficult, pick something innovative, something new, and stick with it. And I think that should be your guiding light for whatever we got moving forward, right? We got justice here. Justice is associated with Libra, but think about this as the logical side of Libra, okay? Libra, when y'all are focused, y'all are everything. Y'all are diplomatic. Y'all know how to take something nasty and to wrap it around in something sweet to help people take their medicine. Y'all are great doctors, great diplomats, great therapists, holding space for people, helping people in a kind, sensitive way understand where they need help. I don't understand why, when others try to reciprocate that energy to you, you have such difficulty. As Taurus, I'm sorry, that's just my personal limitation. But I wonder if maybe like there's something there about maybe vulnerability, or perhaps since you see things from so many different sides, you might have difficulty figuring out like what one thing, whatever it is, like Libra, just be receptive to the way that people are engaging with you, but in a positive way, because you two are lovable. You two have an opinion. You two know how to be successful. I just think sometimes y'all get in y'all's way. And so I want you to use that Libran intelligence, that Libra power to hold yourself accountable and to create systems and new ways of being, new routines that will support where you want to go, because you can. Okay. Queen of Wands is upside down. I think you're I think you're underestimating your ability to create, Libra. You can have what you want. Asking is given, seeking you will find. That is Matthew 7:7. I want you to own your power. Yes, you can. Ask for what you want and you can have it. I want you to understand how powerful you are, Libra. This is you keep giving your energy to other people when I need you to give it to yourself. I want you to hype yourself up. I want you Queen of Wands is reversed when we are counting ourselves out. I also wonder if you are curtailing your creativity. Like, I'm also going back to our themes and tradition versus rebellion and personal values versus the values of the collective. I want you to consider, like, fuck what everybody else to think. Like, what do you think about yourself? How do you define yourself, Libra? How do you see yourself and where you want to go? And I want you to use that as your North Star. Okay? You gotta stop renting out your abilities to other people. It's really time for you to lift yourself up. I just get the feeling that you're playing too small, Libra. I understand that y'all are coming out of a difficult time, and we all respond to trauma and difficult times differently. But I get this overwhelming feeling that y'all have forgotten that you can change, that you can manifest, that you can create. And I want y'all to be more ambitious. I want y'all to be more outgoing. Sit down, be mindful, gain clarity, and then shoot. Because you got new energy. You can have what you want. You have the support of the universe. I want y'all to really get out there. I want y'all to really get out there and play. When the chips are down, what are you playing for and why are you playing for it? Ask yourself that question, Libra. Let's read for Pan. This card signifies that it's a very fertile time for you. This is an ideal time for the conception of a baby or new projects. All of the doors are open for you right now. Your mind is fertile with many wonderful new ideas, and abundance easily flows to you. Since everything is in its infancy stage, have patience with the process. Just nurture yourself in your project so that you can stay strong and fertile. You have the Midas touch. Everything is turning to gold right now. There is good news on the horizon about pregnancy or adoption. There's good news on the horizon, period. Let go of worries or guilt and enjoy yourself. Now is a good time to start projects. Libra, I don't know how else to tell you this, but like, the table has been set. The table has been set. You have time and space to do whatever it is that you want to do. You just have to make the move and do it. I know I keep saying this, but like, you can have what you want. Ask and you can receive. Seek and you will find. I just want you to believe that. I want you to believe that. Like, yes, we I know I called you air Pisces, and I really mean that. Like, one thing that I love about Pisces is their imaginativeness, their ability to see things differently, to look through the veil, and to have the audacity to think things differently. And you have that same power, just apply a little bit differently, right? How do you imagine your life to be? What do you want? Who's there? Where are you? I want you to ponder those things, but really believe that you can have those things and then allow for that to guide your steps. I think about Libra's ability to spin straw into gold. Like, think about some of the most famous Libras. Kim Kardashian, sister turned a sex tape into a whole industry. T.S. Madison went from, I don't know how I ended up there, turned sex work into a whole industry. We don't think about T.S. Madison and her sex work. We think about her commentary. We think about her memes. We think about her hilarity. We think about her willingness to support the community, the Black community, the gay community, the trans community. We think about her activism. Mom Donnie, Mom Donnie is a Libra. I think about his ability to pick up the pieces in the city and to allow for his vision around what is wrong with New York City to guide his politics. Libra, you have what you need to succeed. I just need you to get out of that sad girl energy and to really get out there and to pursue what it is that you want. Now, that might require some innovation, that might require a new environment, that might require you to act and present a little bit differently. You change or you be changed. You change or you be changed. And so now it's time for you to do one or the other, Libra. You got to shit or get off the pod, but the energy is there. And don't limit yourself. You don't have all the answers. You don't know how things are going to turn out. Baby, your job is to ask and to sit down and wait for life to allow for you to have, okay? Keep that hand open, keep the options open, keep moving forward diligently and earnestly, and you will get what you want, Libra. Okay? Just want to kind of shake it like, girl, you can have it. Go get the thing, Libra. Dang. All right, Scorpio, Scorpio. Hello, my sister sign. Let's see what y'all got going on here, Scorpio. My elusive sisters. Y'all been transforming all year, so I'm expecting to perhaps see some outcomes for that. Let's see what's been going on. Oh. Oh. Interesting. All right, Scorpio. Saint Germain. All right, Scorpio, we got Seven of Swords, we got Six of Cups, and we got the Moon in reverse. All right, so usually Seven of Swords is associated with betrayal. That's not the vibe that I'm getting here. I'm actually getting something more along the lines of strategery. This lets me know that you are acting strategically, you are acting slowly and methodically, and that perhaps you may have favor. It's giving favor, it's giving stealth, it's giving behind the scenes. I think we're going to read this in the positive. My asterisk is like, as long as you are acting earnestly, you're acting honestly, I can't slap your hand. If you're intentionally trying to be deceitful, Scorpio, you are going to get popped. Let that be the asterisk. But what I am sensing on the inside, that this is more strategery than it is like full out lying or not being honest. We got Six of Cups here, which represents camaraderie. It represents union. It represents new relationships. It represents um, the growth of emotional or spiritual connection. And then we also have the Moon here in reverse, which is your card. In reverse, the Moon represents being irritable. It represents brooding. It represents dealing with that which is unseen or hidden. Um, so I think if we are reading the tea leaves and putting the story together, I think you're laying low in the cut. This has pretty much been a theme for you for the last year, being in the cut, doing your shadow work, trying to transform, figuring out what you want to do next, being very, very quiet, very, very secretive. But I think what intrigues me here is this Six of Cups. And so I'm wondering if this is a what I'm picking up here is it's giving like inner child work. I feel like you're laying low and you're healing your inner child. I'm wondering if by tending to that wounded child, like you're little agitated, a little on edge, but you understand that healing that wounded inner child is ultimately going to help you meet your chief aims. I keep going back to remember that the stellium that we had last year in Scorpio. It was unearthing secrets, unburdening the things that were on our heart, bringing all that stuff to the surface so that we can clear it out. This feels like a continuation to that work, except this is more personal to you individually, obviously, as opposed to something that was on the collective Scorpio. Scorpio, I'm gonna turn another card for you because I'm a little curious. Like, why the strategery though? Okay, we got six of coins. Six of coins. You sense the changing landscape of material life. This is fascinating, Scorpio. So we got six of coins here, which represents being of service to others, specifically when it comes to time, when it comes to money, when it comes to energy. Think of all of the material aspects of life. Uh, I think you understand that life is a journey and you can't do everything at one time, and so you so you are acting strategically in accordance with what you do have the energy and the time to actually like give. I think you sense the changing landscape of material life. Money is not how it used to be. Time feels different. And I think you are learning that you're being called to be more intentional about how you spend your money, who you spend your time with, and you're not willing to buy into things that don't further your chief aims. I think it's coming off like strategery. It's coming off um like being hidden, but you're being strategic. You're holding space for the people that hold space for you. I would say some people might find that selfish. I don't think that's the case here. You're looking out for the people who are looking out for you. You are spending time doing things that replenish yourself. Uh, I think this is your act of rebellion. The energy is different now, and you're clocking it. You're clocking it. Let's read for Saint Germain. You have the power to resolve the situation you're inquiring about. This card signifies your untapped magical abilities, which you've used successfully in the past. Pull these abilities out of storage and use them to work your magic now. Your clear and focused intentions, positive expectations, prayers, decrees, and action steps all create the healings and manifestations you desire. Decide clearly what you will and won't accept in this situation, as your clarity will bring immediate results. I think you've already done that. I think that you're no longer willing to spend time, energy, money, so on and so forth, with people, places, and things that don't bring you a sense of joy, a sense of accomplishment, a sense of well-being, a sense of newness. anything that drains you emotionally, you are separating yourself with because you recognize how important that emotional being, that emotional wellness is to you and your ability to think, reason, know, and create, Scorpio. That's something that you've also known. You also understand how the subconscious and things that are hidden are always at play. Resources are not resourcing in the way that they used to. You're questioning why, but you're also implementing routines to ensure that you are not overextending yourself in the ways that count to you. Similar to what I said to Virgo, don't let people be pissy about you protecting your peace and you doing what you need to do to succeed. As long as you approach the situation open, honestly, and in accordance with what you're trying to get down, like, who gonna check you, boo? One thing that I do want to call to the carpet though is vulnerability. I think all of this is happening on a level that people cannot see. And so, if there are people that you are responsible to, friends, families, lovers, jobs, so on and so forth, you may need to sit down and have a conversation about what's going on. Because while it's okay to be strategic, we don't want people to feel like they're in the dark. I think it's important for people to have reassurance, and people are probably wondering why you're moving a specific way. And so, I know how you feel about feeling exposed, Scorpio, but like, everything can't be done in the dark. You have to bring people into the fold. You're a social creature just like everyone else, and so it's important to make sure people feel that camaraderie, that love, and that reassurance. You got this, Scorpio. Keep transforming, keep pushing forward, and I want to see what have you yielded from this time. You've spent a lot of time by yourself, a lot of time questioning, a lot of time peeling back the layers. You've been really, really intense this year. And I'm wondering all for what? Aside from this inner child healing, aside from, this soul work, what else is going on for you, Scorpio? Tell us in the comments. All right, Sag, welcome back. I hope and pray that we are not boxing today. What you been up to, Sag? Y'all been in your best behavior? Let's see what the cards say. Interesting. Sagittarius. What is going on? All right, Sag. You are going through yet another difficult time. But this time feels a little bit different. Let me explain. So first we have the star here in reverse. Now, usually the star is an auspicious card. It shows us new opportunity, new inspiration, and something new being born on the horizon. It's upside down. This is lack of inspiration. This is lack of motivation. This is procrastination. This is impasse. But this shows that you don't want to be there. Like, you're looking for the next big thing. You're looking for your next opportunity. You're ready to take on a new task, but it is not there because you feel uninspired. This also shows me a lack of self-care. You have been cutting corners and you have not been taking care of yourself. We have the Eight of Coins upside down. Eight is a card of power. It's a card of work. Like, this shows me that you are willing to go through the process and do the work, but like, you're not applying yourself in ways that matter to you. This shows me that you are going through the rigmarole and you have succumbed to the day-to-day routine of what has to transpire in order for you to get your next check, to make the time pass, to get on and off of work. Like, there's no there's no joy here. There's no joy. There's no vivaciousness. It's giving dull. Okay? I think that's why we have the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups here. I think this is what you want and what you would like to strive for, but you're unsure as to where to go. Seeing as we are talking about new moon in Taurus, we're talking about second house. Remember, that's self-worth, that's resources, that's third chakra, that's finances, that's possessions. It's time for you to let go of whatever this situation is. It's time for you to give up this situation. Sag, I need you to be very, very serious about looking for what's next and starting to ponder ways that we can inject some life, some pizzazz, some joy. There is nothing more chaotic and more sad than an uninspired Sagittarius. Y'all are usually so funny, so full of vigor, ready to jump to the next thing, but this gives me slowness, and I don't like this for you, Sag. I'm gonna pull another card. Like, where's the block at? Three of Pentacles. Baby, your foundation, like Three of Pentacles is like the firm foundation of money, of time. I think it's time for you to birth a new routine. It's time for you to try something new. We keep coming back here, don't we, Sagittarius? I feel like in the past we've been talking about you need a new style, a new cut, new color. Perhaps, what is going on, Sag? Why? Sagittarius, it feels like you've lost your spark somewhere in the tussle. All of this is just pointing to you surrendering to your current circumstances, and while you feel like you want more, you know that you can have more. You know that what you're experiencing now isn't the final destination, but there's something that's stopping you from taking that next step and taking action, and I'm not really quite sure what it is. Let's read for Ava here, and let's see what Ava has to say. You have strong emotions about this situation, and you may feel upset, misunderstood, or used. This card comes to you as a pathway to peace by asking you to consider others' points of view. You don't need to agree with these other individuals. You're simply asked to understand their motivations and to have compassion for their feelings. This process can positively shift the energy of power struggles, much like letting go of the rope during a tug of war. As you see the other person's point of view, you open the door for creative solutions to enter. See yourself through the eyes of any person you desire to know or meet. Let go of defensiveness in your relationships. Look past the surface personality and see the divine within others, and forgive past hurts and start anew. Honestly, Sag, it's giving lack of collaboration. It's giving, I'm trying to do this all by myself. It's giving misalignment. Baby, you gotta take care of yourself, and we gotta get you in collaboration and community with other people. This is giving sulking. Like you are committed to your current routine, and it's time to come up with something different. And I'm wondering if by being in community with other people, you can then begin to know other parts of yourself, or to remember or become reacquainted with other parts of yourself. Yeah, like you're inundated with work, and while you want more, you feel like you can't have it. You're ignoring your mental health, you're ignoring your spiritual health, and you're being difficult to work with. I kind of wonder if you are maybe holding yourself to a standard that you can't attain. Maybe you are being too ambitious. Maybe you're not cutting yourself enough slack. I'm not quite sure, Sage. Go ahead and sound off in the comments and let me know. But like, I think where you're supposed to start in solving this problem, aside from seeing this experience from a different point of view, it's going back to the heart space, going back to the emotion, going back to your feelings. Like, what is it that you are wanting to experience? What is it that you want from this situation? What is it that you're missing? Like, ask yourself those questions so that we can start taking concrete, tangible steps towards getting to where you want to go. But, Sag, nobody is coming to save you. Based upon that, like, I'm surprised we didn't get Eight of Swords. Like, I feel like you are holding yourself captive, and like there is a way out of this situation that you just have not acknowledged or identified yet, or perhaps you're being too stubborn to take that on as a project or a task. I'm gonna try one more stage because I'm just so curious, baby. It's all in your mind, Sag. This, it's giving air of Gemini. I had to get them together during their reading too. y'all gotta stop letting the goblins persevere. Y'all are overthinking, and in your overthinkingness, y'all are putting impasses where there should not be. You got to get some clarity on what it is that you want and where you want to go, Sagittarius. Otherwise, similar to your sister sign, y'all are going to continue to be spinning your wheels, spinning your wheels, spinning your wheels. Whereas the issue for Gemini and their reading was them giving their power to other people and letting other people define who they are. Your issue seems to be you're a little too unreasonable. You're not being flexible. You're not being collaborative in your approach. You're not being open to possibility. I feel like you might be pigeonholing yourself into certain categories of life. Like, you got to be open. You got to be. You got to be open, Sage. I feel like I'm not doing a good job of conveying what I'm thinking, but like I just keep coming to the fact like you just have to be open and allow. Tend to your mental health. Tend to your spiritual health. Start taking care of yourself, and then perhaps you will stumble upon where you need to be. All right, Sage. I'm sorry. I was really hoping to have better news for you, or maybe this is the good news. Maybe this is your confirmation of where you need to head next. I don't know, but like, good luck, Sage. All right, Capricornicia. What's up, Capricornicia? It's been a while. Let's get into these cards. Let's see what the Ascended Masters have to say to you. Who's coming to hang out with us? Interesting. The Green Man. Ooh, that makes me wonder. Have you been taking care of yourself, Capricornicia? Page of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, okay. All right, Capricornicia. We got the Green Man as our Ascended Master. We got Page of Wands. We got the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Seven of Swords. Honestly, Capricornicia, this is giving choice to me. This is giving you have a choice, okay? So first we have the Wheel of Fortune right up. This is what I want to see. Like, Wheel of Fortune right up is letting me know that you got positive energy coming in your direction, but the way that this turns out is up to you. The ingenuity is there. The inspiration is there. The drive is there. The choice here is, do we allow for ourselves to be pushed towards new rivers, new lakes, new ideas? Capricorn, y'all are earth sign. Y'all like what y'all like. Y'all like what y'all like when y'all like it. And you want what you want when you want it. But growth, it doesn't typically happen in that way, right? We get what we need, not always what we want. I feel like there's an opportunity here for you to be pushed to the next level, but that's going to be upon your ability. That's going to hinge upon your ability to sift through the discomfort and to allow for life to do what life wants to do for you. I think the opposite of this, on the other hand, is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords in reverse represents deception. It represents conflict. It represents misalignment. It represents uh, like hidden plots against people. And so I think the way that I have to read this is, so this is the choice. Like, I've been talking about this for the entirety of the reading. But remember, change or be changed. And so you either take the challenge to be changed or not, and then it's almost a deception to yourself to not change at this point. As I recall from our previous readings for this year, there has been a call for Capricornicia to sit and reckon with their emotional selves, and there's been some agita. There seems to have be a split, right? I have my Capricornian collective who are like, we are transforming, baby. We thinking, we feeling, we're trying to try something new. We're figuring out the communities that we should be a part of. And then there's the Capricorns who are like, uh, they seem over invested in projects, over invested in work. And I feel like it's a way of dulling their senses and ignoring the problems that are naturally arising to the top. I'm gonna give you another one because yes, baby, Capricornicia. It's your card, Capricorn. Uh Capricorn, what's going on? So first and foremost, this is letting me know that you're okay. I have to read this in two ways because once again, like I'm still getting this dual energy for Capricorn, right? So on one hand, we got the Capricornicias who are acknowledging the ways that they have sabotaged themselves, the ways that they continue to box themselves in, the way that they continue to perpetuate. And they are using that information to come up with new ways of being. I think the story here is like possessions are important. Like we live in a material world, but at what cost? And then we have the Capricornicians over here who are continuing to deceive themselves. They are sacrificing their peace, their time. They're giving up everything to invest in these projects and in these material possessions, but at what cost? Baby, you are tired. Capricorn, you are tired. Everything can't be tied to money. Everything can't be tied to a project. Everything can't be tied to work. At some point, you need some time to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you are going to collapse. Okay? I feel like with the green man here, like the universe is asking for you to slow down, to take care of yourself. And it's I don't want to say it's a warning, but it's giving like a caution sign. It's like, okay, here we are. You are making a choice. We are either making choice A or we're making choice B. Which one are you doing, Capricorn? And are you sure? It's the energy that I'm getting. I'm gonna turn another one because I'm also still very curious. Jesus. Capricorn, it is going down. It's going down. So I pulled the tower. So it's going down one way or another, Capricorn. You either are or are not. You do or you do not. What's coming down the pipeline for you is the series of consequences, right? Wheel of Fortune, the Devil, and the Tower. So like I need y'all to understand that life is in agreement to engage in change. That's the one thing that we know is going to happen. Change is going to come. The question is, what side of change are you going to be on? Let's go back to our themes. Remember, we're reading for New Moon and Taurus, and so Taurus is associated with the Hierophant, tradition versus rebellion. Are we maintaining the status quo, or are we pushing to something new? What is our personal values versus the values of the collective? And here you got to choose. You got to choose Capricornisha because the change is coming. The change is coming. Do we own up to who we are and what it is that we want? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Do we accept that and make peace with that so that we can continue to move forward? Or are we ignoring the signs? The devil is about vice. The devil is about the ways that we deceive ourselves. It's about um, temptation. Capricornisha, the ball is in your court, and what happens next is entirely up to you. We keep coming to this point to where I feel like the universe is asking for you to really take to task what it is that you want, your emotional composition. What are you feeling? And how does what you are feeling tie into how you are thinking and how you are acting? We keep coming back to this misalignment, and I feel like you are constantly sacrificing your self worth, you are sacrificing your time, your emotional energy for something. There's going to be a reckoning, there will be an outcome, and I don't think that's what you want, honestly. I think what I am getting from, because remember, this it's split, right? So we got the Capricorn niches who are like, okay, bitch, we have had enough. What I really want is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I realize in order for me to create A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I have to let go of blah, 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 blah. Or I have to engage in A behavior to get B outcome. And then we got the Capricorn niches who are still blinding themselves with stuff. Capricorn, this is up to you. The change is coming. The reckoning is coming. And whatever side of the Wheel of Fortune that you want to be on is up to you. Baby, go with God. Go with honesty. Go with peace. Go with joy. Go with love. Put the distractions down. I'm it's giving yield. Like that's what it's giving, okay? Let's read for the green man. You've been indoors too long and you need a refreshing break from stressful conditions. No matter how busy you are, there's always time to pause for fresh air. This card comes to you today with a strong message for you to spend time alone outdoors. The healing effects of nature will revive your energy and outlook, and you'll return to home or work with new ideas and a fresh perspective. Think of your nature think of your nature retreat as an investment that will yield huge dividends. That is funny because we are talking about Capricorn, and we know Capricorn views everything through the lens of investment, labor. What am I offering up? And so when we're talking about self-care, I think you should think about this as an investment in yourself and your well-being. Additional meanings for this card: your desires or decision to take a vacation are valid. You have a life purpose involving environmentalism, work with pure flower essences, crystals, plant or spirit medicine, or other natural healing message, commune with animals, trees, fairies, or other spirits of nature. Baby, you need a break. You need to recalibrate. You are in misalignment. I keep coming back to this idea of knowing thyself. And I'm questioning. I feel like there are some Capricornicians that know themselves and they're like, "Oh, bitch, I got this on lock. I know what I need to do." And there are some Capricornicians that are not. Either or, y'all need some time for mindfulness. You need some time for meditation. Y'all need some time to peace to balance the shit out. Remember, second house is the house of self worth and resources, finances and possessions. Are y'all holding on to things that you don't need? Is there an opportunity for you to get rid of stuff that you are just hanging on to? That is there clutter? Is there an opportunity for spring cleaning? Are you holding on to traditions, patterns, and routines that no longer serve you? Or have you gone to hell? Have you gone into the shadow realm to identify and to be acquainted with the way that these things have impacted you in the past, and you are ready to give that up and liberate and create an opportunity for something new? This page of wands, to present itself. We've been reading. I've felt a split with for the Capricornicians in our readings for the last couple of months, and that's what I have for you. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know in the comments, Capricornicia, and we'll talk to you later. All right, Big Daddy Aqua. What's up, Big Daddy Aqua? Let's see what our tarot has for you. All right, Big Daddy Aqua. We got Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We got Knight of Pentacles right up, and we got Queen of Wands. I think this is a fascinating dichotomy. So on one hand, we got Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles right up shows me that you are doing the work. Scare money don't make no money, and y'all are honestly executing your master plan. We've been talking about Aquarius being up and having to be really responsible with their energy and their focus. Pluto is in Aquarius and it's going to amplify everything. The planet of Pluto is about transformation, but it's gonna it's gonna take you through a journey. It's gonna take you through the hard work. So this shows me that y'all are on the grind, that y'all are being innovative, y'all are trying new rivers, trying new lakes, new applications. Knight of Pentacles is also associated with like the mundane day-to-day priorities that you have to do in order to get stuff done. Doing what you have to do so that you can do what you want to do. And so you have been trying to negotiate that and figure out what that means for you during this time. Queen of Wands shows me that unlike the past readings, we're doing a better job of weighing out your emotional needs, allowing for your inspiration to guide you and not just your raw mental energy. What I think is interesting here is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Ten of Pentacles right up is a card of abundance, and upside down it's monetary blockages. I think you are redefining what it means to be rich, what it means to be wealthy. understanding that money is not the only aspect of wealth, and I think that is impacting, this master plan that you got going here. You've had a lot of energy directing you towards innovation, leading the charge, a lot of cards, a lot of energy directing you towards being vulnerable, talking about not just the logical foundations, but showing people the soft, crusty bits of you, Aquarius. And I know that's difficult as a sign who has a tendency to be heady, but we know that as much as you would like to be a T1000, that is not the case. Okay? Let's read for Ipana, because I am curious what she has to say. This card comes to you as a sign that you benefit from working with crystals. Ipana, the fairy queen, knows the value of connecting with the spirit of nature. You can find or purchase crystals at metaphysical bookstores, spas, and gem shows. Hold each crystal to know whether it feels right for you. Carry or wear crystals throughout the day for healing, protection, and increased intuition. You can also add the crystals to your bathtub water or place them on your bedroom nightstand or beneath your bed to connect with on an even deeper level with these remarkable gems. This is interesting to me. Okay, let's take this. Like for the girls that are into crystals, get into your crystals. I like my crystals. I keep my amethyst. I keep my lava stone, so on and so forth. Like if that's your stick, that's your stick. I think the bigger line item here is just reminding you, Aquarius, that you too are magical. You two are magical. You two are spiritual. So continue to invest in this Queen of Wands energy and allow for your intuition and your inspiration to guide what you are doing during this time. Remember that you are a spiritual being having a physical experience, and not everything can be logic. Not everything can be ordered A, B, C, D, E. Like there are other elements for you to experience during this lifetime. And so I think we are doing better with that, Aquarius, as told by the cards here. I want you to continue to be open to other ways of being wealthy. It's not always money. Sometimes it's time. How much more time do we have here on earth to do what we want to get done? What connections can I call upon when I need help, when I'm hurt, when I'm sick, when I need to run an idea around somebody? Do I have a space for me to have respite? It's not just about the raw dollars and cents. It's not just around the money. There's other ways that there are other elements that impact our wealth. I also think this is interesting based upon what's going on today in the economy. For anyone that's paying attention, specifically here in America, our debt is at an all-time high. There's been a lot of conversation on all of the insert news channel around the way that this conflict in the Middle East is impacting our finances. There's been a lot about crypto. What sign represents crypto? The changing of the guard within the financial systems, merging analog systems with digital systems and digital currency, this role that banks have had versus what they want to be in the future. I think this is interesting that this shows up here in the Aquarius reading because I think it all, factors into the larger collective. I also think it's interesting that we're talking about the second house, the house of finances, and this is when we see these cards here. So I would also say that this, to a greater extent, like you are thinking about money, Aquarius. You are thinking about your wealth and your legacy. I think you are just renegotiating what that means for you, and I encourage you to continue to do that. I'm gonna pull another card because yeah, that's so fascinating. I pulled Ten of Cups. I think you are understanding that things like joy, honor, respect, love also have its place when we're trying to define what it means to be wealthy. You are doing great, Aquarius. You are doing fantastic, and I cannot wait to see what happens later this year, particularly when the nodes swap, because you are going to become even more important to the story of 2026, 2027, 28, 29, and 30. I'll see you on the other side, Aquarius. Stay up. Hey, Pisces. What's going on, man? I know how much you like when I talk to you like this. So we're gonna keep this at like a nice, soft, sexy tone. Let's see what our cards have for us, Pisces. I missed you. Hope you're doing well. Temperance. Ooh, Ten of Swords. Ooh, King of Swords. The Pisceans are being grown. Y'all have taken on the challenge. Y'all are being reborn. Ooh, Serapis Bay telling you to go now. Sounds like y'all have been pondering some new stuff, Pisces, and it's time for you to put the pedal to the metal. This is exciting. First and foremost, let's talk about the nodes. So we have North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. We have been talking about this for quite some time, and we are now at the point of the year when the nodes are about to change. So Pisces, that extra little oomph that you had this last year or so is about to move. Nodes will move into Aquarius and Leo in the coming month. So to a certain extent, I think you need to get ready for a deceleration, dot your I's, cross your T's, finish judging, getting your details together so you don't have an adverse reaction when the energy shifts. We got Ten of Swords here. Ten of Swords represents death. It represents endings. We got Temperance to the left in reverse, and then we got King of Swords over to the right. I think we have come to a point where Pisces has felt the feelings. You have thought the things, and it's now time for you to apply. It's taking the applications that you have learned during this cycle of death and rebirth and applying it to what's supposed to come next. King of Swords is associated with Aquarius. To me, this is giving I think and therefore I feel and therefore I think. And we know that Pisceans have a lot of feelings. I think Pisceans are being called to solidify all of the stuff that they have done over this cycle. Much like Virgo, Pisces have had to go deep. You've had nothing but time, space, opportunity, and challenges tied to you renegotiating who you are, letting go of limiting beliefs, learning how to dream again, but taking those dreams and applying concrete, specific steps towards bringing those into fruition. And so, much like your Virgoan sisters, we now have a body of work. And so, it's time for you to put some action behind that body of work, okay? Interestingly enough, I have a Piscean second house, and my North Node is also in the second house. So I think I'm picking up what the cards are putting down. I think one thing that has been really important to me in my growth and my journey is being a bit more imaginative around the ways that I use my resources, the ways that I put myself out there, applying a bit more imagination and ingenuity around the ways that I make money. Like I've always thought of myself as an intellectual, but recently I've been in my creative works and it's been a lot of fun. And I've learned a lot about myself through engaging, something a little bit different. I think I think Pisceans have learned that there's no need to suffer in silence, that you do not have to sacrifice yourself, your chief. Well, dang, that's how I know I've been talking too much. My phone done died in the middle of the Pisces reading. I am so sorry, Pisces. I apologize. What I was saying was, I feel like in this journey that we have gone through together over the last year, you have realized that you don't have to go with the flow. You can have your impact. You can use your voice. You can speak your truth. You don't have to suffer in silence. You've understood the importance of standing your ground, being open, being honest, holding space for yourself during difficult conversations, forgiving the past versions of you when you didn't know better, but allowing for space for you to grow from that. Like there's been so many things that we've talked about over this last year, Pisces, and now is the time for you to apply that. Create some routines to embed that into your day-to-day life so that when as the energy moves and some of that favor leaves that you still have the foundations that you have created. That's what I was trying to say before I was rudely cut off. Let's go ahead and read for Therapist Bay. Go now, Pisces. It's time for you to go either way from a toxic situation or towards something desirable. This card signals that it's the right time to make your move. The conditions are ripe and perfect, and the universe is poised to support your move. That is the shortest description I've ever seen in this book. Quit your job, leave a toxic relationship, move to a new location, start a new project without delay, take a vacation, no more excuses, just do it. I think it's interesting that that's the description, and then we have the 10 of swords here. This is about endings. This is about death, and so Pisces, y'all got the message. I don't think that's difficult. I'm sorry that there was a brief interruption, but I think this is playing. We are coming to the end of a cycle. North Node and South Node are about to move. You've had a lot of favor, but you've also been taken to task, and so you know what you've left behind. You know what you need to pick up. All that. The only thing that I can do right now is encourage you to continue to move forward, Pisces. You got this. All right, Aries. Last but not least, what's going on, Aries? I hope y'all are doing well. Let's see what the cards have for you. Ooh, the Tower. Oh, Five of Swords. Ooh, Six of Rods in reverse. Okay. We got Ava. See the other person's point of view. That is interesting. Aries, have you gotten yourself in some mess? Aries, what's going on? This is showing conflict, disarray. We got Five of Swords right up in the middle. This represents conflict. This represents competition. This represents betrayal. This represents unpredictable chaos. Right next to the Tower, which is also chaos, it's erratic change. Fortunately, this is right side up and not upside down. But this also makes sense to me because for the folks that have Aries placements, Saturn is right next to anything that you have in Aries. Also, I'm sure many of you are experiencing your Saturn return, which always comes with its own basket of tasks and challenges that we just have to deal with. These are ordained life karmic lessons that we just have to buckle down and hammer through. But remember, with every ounce of trouble, with every setback, with every challenge that Saturn gives you, there is a gift. There is a gift. If you can endure, if you can just surrender to the experience and focus on getting to the other side, Saturn will always, always, always ensure that you are covered and protected. Everything that you learn while in engagement with Saturn is something that you will hold with for the rest of your lifetime on this planet. It will guide you, okay? As someone that has gone through their Saturn return, let me share this with you. I am a Capricorn Saturn. My Saturn return was a mess. Poe broke ugly, no job, school was a mess. But I learned to survive and I learned to thrive in ways that that had never occurred to me at that time. And so I know Aries. I know there is a lot going on, but I promise you it is not for naught. Okay. We also have Seven of Rods in reverse. Y'all, it's buckle down serious time. Y'all, I don't want to say that y'all are down bad because I don't think that's not the energy that I'm getting, but y'all are having to handle some heavy responsibility right now. Y'all are feeling rushed. Y'all are feeling agitated. And let me just once again say that you have time and energy to do everything that you can and want to do. But right now, since Saturn is in your court, you have to reckon with what you have to do before you can do with what you want to do. Once again, I'm also going to tell you to slow down, Aries. Saturn in Aries is pick something difficult, commit to it, see it through, stick with it. And as much as you want to rush through this experience, this is not something that you can rush through. This is something that you surrender to, something that you sit down and get comfortable with, and you just have to allow and observe. And then when all of this stuff is done, you can then take stock and collect. But like, I'm so sorry, Aries. Like, there's no way for you to rush this. What I will say is, once again, you get the sweetness with the bitter, and so we just got to come up with some ways to sustain in the moment so that we can get to the sweetness. We got to learn our lessons so that we can get there, okay? The Ascendant Master is saying that you got to see this from other people's points of view. This is conflict. This is change. There is a lot happening for you. There's no other way for me to say that. I do also want to remind you to give yourself some room to grow. Give yourself some room to breathe. Before I read for Ava, we're going to turn another card because I am very, very curious, Aries. I want to be able to give you some advice to help you get through this troubling time, through this heavy time, during this loud time. Let's see. What can I tell Aries to help them during this difficult time of conflict and change? Maybe one more. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Queen of Cups. All right, baby. Listen, this is intent. You just gotta go with the intensity. Go towards the intensity. You gotta embrace it, Aries. Y'all, y'all are wild. Y'all are known for ingenuity, for getting things started, for wanting to keep things moving. Aries act first and think later. I almost feel like you have to embrace that. I'm not telling you to be reckless by any means, but I don't want you to over intellectualize this experience. This experience is just as emotional and spiritual as it is physical. And so I just need you to hold space for that. I got Queen of Cups here. Queen of Cups represents or is associated with Scorpio, and Scorpio wants to rip everything down to the sum of its parts, the greatest common denominator. Um, Scorpio wants you to see your shadow. You acknowledge the shadow. You acknowledge the things that are difficult. You surrender to them, and then you are born anew. I wish there was more that I could say to you, Aries. I wish there was more that I could tell you. Um, I'm going to, for the folks that are here in this section, I want you to go and look to see what house you have in Scorpio and look to that for advice. Look up what house you have Scorpio in and what those house correspondences are, and let me know in the comments and let me know how that applies. You got to go deep for this one, Aries. You got to connect with your emotions. You got to do your shadow work. You got to come up with new routines, new ways of being, new ways of thinking. You just got to feel your feelings and get through this. You got to feel your feelings and get through this, and you got to be open and honest with what you're feeling. It's giving emotional labor. I'm so sorry, Aries. I wish there was something more like vivacious that I could give you. Um, it's hard work and you just got to do it. But ultimately, I know because we're talking about Saturn that you will be blessed and you will get what you want on the other side. You just got some things that you need to learn right now so that you can maintain and sustain and hold those gifts that you are asking for. I'm assuming based upon these cards that things have not worked out in the area that Aries falls for you, and that's okay. No worries, because the shutdown sets you up for a grand comeback, and that's where we should be focused on, Aries. Okay, let's go ahead and let's go read for Ava. You have strong emotions about this situation, and you may feel upset, misunderstood, or used. This card comes to you as a pathway to peace by asking you to consider others' points of view. You do not need to agree with these folks. You're simply asked to understand their motivations and to have compassion for their feelings. This process can positively shift the energy of power struggles, much like letting go of the rope during a tug of war. As you see the other person's point of view, you open the door for creative solutions. See yourself through the eyes of any person you desire to know or meet. Let go of defensiveness in your relationships. Look past the surface personality, that's what's here. Look past the surface personality and see the divine within others and forgive past hurts. Forgive past hurts and start anew. Aries, I know you want to be off the chain right now. I know y'all want to be rah, ta, ta. And that's not what this is giving. This is giving slow. This is giving mind your P's and Q's. This is make sure that your neck is not exposed. Baby, like this is about you getting to know your better. This is about you getting to know yourself on a deeper level, and then using what you identify and experience in this process to help influence and change your worldview. Baby, you can't rush this. Saturn is slow. That's why it shows up every 13 or 14 years. You just gotta buckle down and deal with it. I'm not getting negative energy for y'all. It's just giving work. It's giving work. I've also mentioned previously that this is a fire year and we are moving into a fire trine later this year. Everything will be in Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. And so I do think there will be a time for when you can pick things up. But all in all, like, the cards and the energy are requiring you to be consistent. And so the sooner that you figure out how to be consistent and in what areas of your life to be consistent, the sooner we can get to the meat and potatoes of the situation. Saturn returns don't necessarily have to be gross or nasty or bitter, but they do require work. It does require a paradigm shift. It does require you to get to the nitty gritty. And so that's what I'm asking for you to do. All right, Aries, you got this. Stay par for the course. Stay par for the course. I promise you it'll be worth it. All right, y'all. This has been the newest episode of Woo Woo Wednesday. Today we were reading for New Moon in Taurus. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you learn anything new? Did you hate everything I had to say? Let me know down in the comments. Remember, we are trying to get to 1,500 subscribers. We're trying to get our channel monetized. We're trying to spend a little more time, creating in this space. And so I appreciate y'all for riding with me as I figure this thing out. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side. Once again, I am Dooley. I'm your Astro Unc, and I will see y'all later. Much love.